Hello everybody, this is Tyler once again from the OtherGames channel. Welcome to another video game haul on this channel. It has been several weeks since I've last done one of these videos, but I have produced two videos in between those. One of them was the Harmon Smith commentary, which, funny enough, got a whole lot of attention, which I appreciate. And then the other one was the video where I got the Wii from DK Oldies and I showcased it as well as stuff I have and tested it out to see if it worked. So, yeah, OtherGames has been a somewhat busy channel within the past few weeks. Definitely busier than it was prior to this video game rebrand that I'm kind of doing with this channel. So, anyways, now with all that out of the way, so for this first portion of the haul video, I'm just gonna go over the 3 Wii games that I got from DK Oldies in more detail because I just kind of showcased the packages. I didn't really, open them up, so... First one is Mario Party 8, the last home console Mario game developed by its original developer, Hudson Soft. And there we go. This one's an alright one. I think one of the weirdest things about this game is, like, kind of the backgrounds for it. Like, the backgrounds of the game just don't feel very Mario-like. Feels like something you would see in, like, I don't know, God of War or something. Not really. Anyway, so there's the inside, there's the disc, and it does have inserts. Register your software. Not sure what that's all about. I'm pretty sure whatever this is, the code's probably expired. Anyway, so just wanted to briefly show you that. Alright, and the game that I tested out on my DK Oldies video, WarioWare Smooth Moves. Had a lot of fun with it when I tested it out for the DK Oldies video. Definitely plan on playing more of this. As you can see, there's the manual and the disc. And the last thing to briefly show is Wii Sports Resort. I surprisingly have never played this game prior to getting this. But interestingly enough, this, unlike the previous, the original Wii Sports, this one requires the Motion Plus adapter for the Wii remotes, so I was almost worried, like, oh my god, do I have one of those? But thankfully I looked inside this box I have of, like, video game accessories, and I'm like, oh, cool, I have one. So I did test it out for a little bit. Definitely plan on playing more of this. What I say is as good as the original Wii Sports. I don't know, I'm so nostalgic for the original Wii Sports, it's kind of hard to top that in my opinion, but I'll definitely play more of this soon. Now for the big stuff. Now keep in mind this video is going to be Nintendo themed. Every game that I'm going to showcase for this video are all Nintendo stuff. So, do I want to start with Super Nintendo or end with N64? I think I might start with the N64 because, the games I got for the N64 are relatively priced well. First one I'll briefly showcase is Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. So, there's a brief little look at that. Interesting that it's one of the few N64 games I have in my collection that actually doesn't, like, have the joystick as a required controller option. Yeah, because most of the time when you're playing an N64, you have, like, the 3 things you hold with the controller. Most of the time when I'm playing it with the analog stick and the buttons, I'm usually holding it like this, but with Kirby 64 it's kind of like this, so interesting enough. Alright, next up is the second of 2 Mario Sports games that are on the N64. I already have Mario Golf, and it made sense for me to get the other Mario Sports title, which funny enough was also developed by Camelot, Mario Tennis. The introduction of originally was kind of a hated character, but nowadays he's like a huge fan favorite, Waluigi. And it also reintroduced characters like Daisy, Birdo. I do believe Donkey Kong Jr. was also a playable character in this game, even though he's been heavily forgotten afterwards, but there we go, got Mario Tennis. Next up, I was very thankful to get the game for the price that it was. I only got this for 20 bucks, and it's very surprising judging from the franchise that this comes from. Funny enough, in general, the N64 games of this franchise are relatively cheap compared to its handheld counterparts. Pokemon Stadium, the OG Pokemon Stadium. So, I was very thankful I got this for a cheap price, because I'm seeing, like, most online retailers selling it for, like, over $40, but I got this for half the price, so that's actually really cool. And it works really well. I don't know if you can see it very well in the camera, but somebody used whiteouts to cover whoever's name was on it previously, so that's kind of funny. There's a brief look at the back. Very good condition besides the whiteout thing, but, pretty satisfied. And the last one for N64 for this video is Yoshi's Story, the first Nintendo game to have Yoshi with his modern day voice, basically. And now the funny story about the Yoshi story. When I was like looking for this game on eBay, almost every copy that I've seen on eBay either has like dirt or like just did not look very pleasing to look at. It looked like it came out of somebody's butt or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was in particular with this game that people were like having it dirty looking copies of it. Were they trying to imitate Yoshi himself by pooping out the cartridges? I don't know. But I'm so glad I was able to find a good condition one. There we go. But yeah, that's about it for the N64 haul. Keep in mind, this was for the past like couple weeks or so. This wasn't just stuff I got over the weekend, don't worry. Alright, anyways, now moving on to the Super Nintendo games that I got. You know, I might as well just do this from like cheapest to not necessarily the most expensive, but just, you know, kind of the biggest in price. Alright, first off, we're gonna go with this game, which has slowly become one of my favorites, the OG Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. Definitely really enjoyed this one. Not really much else to say. Definitely one of the first N64 games to my knowledge that heavily kind of used 3D graphics with the help of the Super Effects chip, as it mentions on the cartridge right there. This had this little weird thing on the where all the information is on the cartridge, but that's fine. On the very back, but no problem. Glad to have Star Fox. Alright, next up, I am going to show another Yoshi game, the one that started the Yoshi's Island series of games. Yoshi's Island, or as the full title is, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, even though this game is not a sequel to Mario World. More of a prequel to the whole Mario franchise as a whole, since Mario and Luigi were babies during the events of this game, but yep, got Yoshi's Island. Didn't get around to play this game too much when I tested it out, but willing to go more in depth into it when the time comes. Alright, next game I want to showcase is one that I never really saw too much gameplay of or hear too many people talk about, and that would be Kirby Superstar on the Super Nintendo. This was essentially just a Kirby game that has like sort of 8 mini games sort of in one, which have a variety of different gameplay mechanics in there. Like, there's a few that kind of play similar to a typical Kirby action platformer game, where you're going through levels, defeating enemies, and all that stuff. And then there's like other ones, like, there's one where you play as Kirby and you race King Dedede, and so much more besides that. Also the Great Cave Offensive, which has you trying to collect treasure chests. Interesting game. And I don't think there's been any other Kirby games to my knowledge that have done this. Well, besides the DS remake that came out a decade later, but anyway, so yeah, there's Kirby Superstar. Now the last game for this haul, this one I'm very thankful to have, and also very satisfied with the game in general, because I've really enjoyed it from the hour or so that I played of it so far, and that game is Super Metroid. I gotta say, this is definitely one of the best looking Super Nintendo games that I've ever played so far. Love the graphics, the music and sound effects are great. Not really too much else to say. Really enjoyed it. I'm so looking forward to playing more of this game. However, it is probably going to cost you a pretty penny on eBay. I think a lot of the cheapest copies I've seen of Super Metroid usually go for like, I would say probably like $50, $55 at the cheapest. So, I mean, if you want this game in your collection, if you have a Super Nintendo and everything and want to play this game, especially if you don't have a Switch Online membership, definitely try to get this if you can, because it's definitely worth it, I would say. Alright, and that was basically my Nintendo-themed video game haul for today. Kind of curious if I'm gonna do, like, I don't know, maybe like exclusively a PlayStation 1 next time, or exclusively Xbox, I don't know. Don't know if I'll be doing any more video game hauls that are going to be just specifically for a company, but the reason why a lot of this stuff is Nintendo related, because I've been trying to basically get more games and play more games for like the older Nintendo consoles, like N64 and Super Nintendo especially. And in the case of the Wii games that I showcased, I did get these from the DK Oldies Wii that I got last week, so there's that. And especially they're Wii games that I've wanted to play and I've never had before, so that's why. Alright, that's about it for this haul. Hopefully you guys liked what I got. What was your favorite thing that I got? Just out of curiosity, you guys plan on getting any of these things yourselves? Feel free to let me know in the comments. that's about it. Stay tuned for the next video game haul, whenever that's going to be. Probably, I don't know, a few weeks from now. Also, I will say, in a non-video game related announcement, my Doctor Who Celestial Toymaker Steelbook has been shipped, so I should be getting that Blu-ray within a week or two. So definitely look forward to that video when I eventually open it up and showcase it. So lots of stuff to look forward to in the OtherGames channel. And with that being said, this is Tyler from that said channel, signing out.